When I started Reading Leaf, I had this very clear vision to help people becoming a better reader, to give the right techniques to read, recall, and remember better to get great results. Because I know this very clearly that a great world starts with a better reader. And I definitely want to live in the world of more compassionate, skilled, and thoughtful leaders. And soon enough, I realized almost everyone understands the importance of reading and wants to be a better reader. But it always surprised me that why only handful of people actually read books. On inquiring, their first answer is always like, I do want to read book, but I got no time to read. I wish I could have more time to read. But the bad news is, you could never have more time. You cannot have the 25th hour to read. We all got the same 24 hours, so you have to manage in this. Honestly saying, doesn't matter what they were saying to me, I only heard them making excuses. I felt like they have time for TV or doom schooling or even gossiping, but they wish to have more time to read. But later I realized they do want to read, it's their genuine intentions, but they still don't. And I know for sure time is not a problem. While doing more research on the same topic, and especially my psychology classes put me into thinking, there must be some unknown reason which stops them from reading. And when I put my mind to do some work and find the answers for this question, few answers starts to get unfold. During my coaching classes with my students, I started seeing patterns. They all have some misconceptions about reading or some sort of distorted belief system which was unconsciously stopping them from reading. Usually I discuss with them according to their personal needs in the class, but I also noticed 4 general misconceptions or limiting belief which almost every one of them experience. Let's understand these misconceptions and bring them into your awareness for a greater understanding. Because with better awareness, you can make better choices, and every better choice leads to better result. Number 1. A lot of people think that you read to retain information, because in school that's what they teach you to do. They say, hey, read this book or textbook and try to memorize each and every details, because guess what, we are going to test you on this. Which no doubt make reading a boring process, and when people fail to memorize, they say, oh, what is the benefit of reading when I cannot remember or recall what I read in the last chapter or the last book? This is not reading, this is called studying. In reality, you read to train your mind the same way you work out in the gyms to train your body. Only instead of breaking down your muscle fiber by applying pressure and then growing them back strong, you are literally rewiring the neurons, the fibers of your brain into stronger, more aligned versions of itself. A version which is better, enhanced, skilled and stronger for the life. A lot of people also become super inspired to read. They read an entire book in 2 or 3 days and then they don't read for another 3 months. This is equivalent to doing a full body workout for 4 hours in one day and then not working out for another 3 months. If you are even slightly involved in the fitness, you know this isn't going to work. The only way to get some real results is through consistency. Just like how people with amazing and sexy body do hit the gym on regular basis, people with amazing mind or amazing success, they train their mind every day by reading. But unfortunately, our society promotes a sexy body more than an inspiring mind. See, reading is like having a conversation with author, except the fact instead of having all the possible gossips of world, he shares what he knows best. You understand that your success is directly proportional to how fast and efficiently you can solve a problem. And when you read a great book, a journey of problems, solutions, situations, you feel all of those experiences, which left a certain energy imprints on you. It's like memory footprints from your childhood. You don't remember a damn thing, but you are operating unconsciously based on your upbringings. And when you face a certain situation in your life, you operate a certain way. It's like you have the solution, usually unknowingly, but you get it. Sometimes people call it blueprint, paradigm, or plain intuition. You didn't memorize or made any notes, but somehow it becomes a part of you and your philosophy, and it happens through you. Another misconception about reading is only non-fiction books are useful. This mindset tells about the people who confuse information with knowledge, and they believe it's the non-fiction book which is valuable and useful because of their ideas and information, and reading fiction is a waste of time. But again, reading non-fiction for a beginner reader is boring because generally they are plain ideas and information. Hence, these people lose interest in reading because fiction is a waste of time and non-fiction is boring and hard. So, the simple answer is don't read. Even for the readers, if you are only reading the non-fiction, believe me, you are missing the wholesome experience of reading. because it's the fiction books which give you space and stillness to think and imagine more creatively. My experience has taught me the fiction is the source of igniting your creative imagination. Also, it supports you in becoming an avid reader. Next one is a huge barrier for most people. I have personally coached many people who bring this particular idea as a limiting belief to me. That readers or avid readers are some special intellectuals who somehow can enjoy the process of reading and they have some special gifted focus which they themselves don't have. And to strong this belief, they create another imaginary belief, which is these so-called avid readers, intellectuals, have fabricated view of life. They are extremist, boring people who only have fun reading books. And they got the luxury to not to worry about time and money. So they just simply read. First of all, this is really not true. I mean, this is really a big BS. Full stop. I might have exaggerated a bit here, but I know people do have some or other form of such stupid belief system, which completely sabotage them from reading. Stop deluding yourself with the idea that you are not meant or good enough to read. That reader born with some special capabilities. See, reading is just like any other skill which you can develop over time. If you have been to gym ever, you know it's not fun in starting. But over time, you start to seeing and enjoying the rewards it offers. In learning stage, every skill feels boring and useless, but you want to reap the benefits, so you keep doing it. And one day you find yourself one of the most skilled people in the world. Build this habit, because when you make reading into a habit, it will give you benefits that will bring you to the place way higher than a sexy body can ever do. It can open your mind to ideas, to inspiration, to way of thinking, to mental fortitude that will bring you to success, that will allow you to achieve your dreams. Train your mind to read until reading becomes fun and enjoyable process to do. Another misconception people have is they should read slow and must focus on every single word, right? I mean, they must know the meaning of every word and hence they decide to read one page a day. Truth is, it's the worst possible way of reading. Reading is like having a conversation with the author, and a part of entire conversation never makes any sense. Imagine you decide to watch only 1 minute of this video every day. By second day, you will forget what I said on day 1. By third day, you will lose interest in this video, and you will surely not watch this on the 4th day. And if you try to focus on every single word, you will surely miss the idea what I'm saying. If you provide the right environment, your mind learns effortlessly. You don't need to force yourself to learn anything. This must be a natural process. Our teacher wanted us to read this way, loud and clear, so that we could learn the right pronunciation. But guess what? We don't need that anymore. We have already surpassed that challenge. Learn speed reading. It's not a luxury anymore, but a demand of time. Read for ideas, not for words. If you don't know the exact meaning of the particular word, you will still get the gist of the idea. Don't run for your dictionary. As I said, read until reading becomes fun and enjoyable process to do. So always remember, we read for ideas, not to retain information. Don't try to memorize because that can steal all your joy and motivation of reading. Read a balanced combination of fiction and non-fiction books. Reading is a skill which can be developed over time. Unfortunately, they never taught this in school. Slow reading isn't a good reading. It's even worse. Read a part of the book or at least an entire chapter at a time. If you think I have served my dharma well by explaining these misconceptions and sabotaging reasons to you, then please share your thoughts with me in the comment box. Did any of your false misconceptions got shattered today? Also consider sharing this knowledge with at least 3 people who can get benefit from this video. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe to Reading Leaf, because I will keep uploading such mindful content which helps you in improving the quality of your life.